It's a very cold day today, not ideal for disc golf, so I thought I would talk about the actual throwing techniques for disc golf. Here we have a destroyer. Let's talk about the grip. That's the first thing. So the way I grip any disc golf disc is like this right here, and that gets you your flick. Flick translates to distance. The harder you flick and that snap at the end, that's how you get your distance. And just the opposite way with backhand, same thing. Snap, snap. That's how you get your distance. It also comes from the torso and the rotation of your body. Many people have seen ball golf players. They're very smooth and it doesn't look like they're moving much, but the ball goes on forever. And you can accomplish the same sort of thing with disc golf. You just have to make it work for you. Watch other people's throws, not just mine, and you'll pick up techniques that work for you. The run-up is good because that gets you extra distance. Forward motion translates to more speed, which means more distance. And 5 miles per hour of a quicker release can get you close to 40 feet more in distance. So that's pretty impressive. Now, forehand versus backhand, no big deal. This is a destroyer. I have a whole video on it, check that out. But the destroyer tends to, out of the box, curve right. And if you're a backhand thrower, it tends to curve left. Remember, even backhand with the snap, it's all snap at the end. And if you're like this with some hyzer, well, it's just going to turn more left. So you might want to compensate for that with a little bit of anhyzer when you release it. But anyway, that's it. And the techniques are just reversed for the flick. If you see me in a video flicking with anhyzer here, then you want to be going like this with hyzer for the backhand. That's the angle you want to release. But it's all about the speed and the release. That gets you your extra distance. So this destroyer, as I said, tends to curve a little bit right for me. I'm just going to try to get a smooth, straight shot, get it down the fairway here, and I'm going to achieve that with basically almost a flat throw, because this is a very broken in destroyer. Now again, I'm going to run up, I'm going to snap, I'm going to move my body as much as I can, but not overemphasize anything. Try to be smooth. Starlight Boss. Nice and straight. The Crank SS. Nice. The Leopard should curve left. See? Banshee. I love my Banshee. It goes so straight. Putters. Vibram Summit. Very straight also. Goes right where you tell it to. 86. Nice and straight, even with the backhand. If you're not getting the disc to go where you want it to and it's curving too quickly, drop down in speed. Go from a speed 9 to an 8 or a 7 disc. Maybe a Valkyrie or a Wraith if you can't throw a destroyer correctly. Notice how I'm not throwing these high. Height is the enemy. Height just results in curving the wrong way, not going where you want it to, and not a lot of distance. Now I'm going to show these to you in slow motion, and you can look at my technique, but again, make it your own technique. Use things from lots of people you watch and make it your own. Remember that any movement that your body makes, including your arm, your hand, your fingers, any movement affects the throw. If you follow through one way, the disc tends to go that way. In other words, if you want the disc to curve off to the right, then go ahead and follow through to the right with your arm and your hand and your fingers. I've seen a lot of people just go up and throw. There seems to be no thought that they put into it. Don't do that. Go ahead and take some practice swings. Go ahead and warm up before you throw. Throw a couple shots before you begin your round. Don't rush. You'll be surprised how much that might help you. Weight can also have a lot to do with how far you throw and how accurately you throw. If it's very windy, you might want a heavier disc on that day. But most distance records are set with lighter discs, 130, 140, but most discs I throw are about 150, 155 to 172 or so. I'm most comfortable in that range, but don't be afraid to buy a light disc and a medium disc and a heavy disc and try them all out and really get to know what works for you. Also, if there's an object you're trying to avoid, like a tree, don't look at it. Look down the fairway. It's the same sort of thing with high-performance driving. If you're about to hit another car or an obstacle of some sort, don't look at it. Look away, and that way you'll naturally go to where you need to go. Oh, and check out my Drivin Ivan car videos and car reviews as well. Okay, so there you go, a bit about throwing technique. Now watch my other videos for tendencies of specific discs, and don't forget to subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching. I'm Ivan Katz.